Good morning, Joey on the Caribbean Weather Dude YouTube channel here. I'm back, living up here in Wells, BC, 3,953 feet above sea level, and it's your weather show. I don't think the podcast is going to happen tonight on the channel. I mean, it might still. I have to go get kids at that time. Brandon Houck's going to host. There's a high chance it will be on Brandon Houck's Facebook page, streaming from there instead of on my YouTube channel. So just a heads up. That means there'll be a little less weather information for you tonight here on the channel if that does happen that way, which means I better give you some more weather information right now. Yeah, last night I made the little short video here where I made all these, read out all these weather warnings, and then 20 minutes after I put the video out, Environment Canada puts up new rainfall warnings in the coast and things like that. It's I just can't win. Okay, let's get to the details. Let's go. There it is. This is bad news. My God.
Falling out right now.
Anything could happen. Get on! Wow. I'll watch the video later. They try mopping this. Oh yeah, by the way, if you wouldn't mind hitting like, share, and subscribe, tell a friend, I'd really appreciate that. I need all the help I can keeping this channel afloat, man. Oh yeah, every day my day starts off with I open my social medias and I look at all the trolling and hate mail and angry comments. It's overwhelming sometimes, man. And I know a lot of it's bots, they're not even real people. It's just this program that's intended to destroy your confidence and everything like that. And it doesn't work on me, but it probably works on other people. However, my favorite one that I got, and I'm pretty sure this was from a real person this morning, was just talk about the weather. Just stick to the weather, And my opinion about that, I wanted to say fuck you, but instead I wrote, go huff glue. Or stick to huffing glue or something I said. It's do you say that to your plumber? When your plumber starts talking about something, you're just stick to plumbing, man. Just shut down. Anything he says that isn't plumbing, you shut him down. Just anytime he talks or says anything, it's well, I should tie my shoe. Just stick to the weather. Well, no, my car's broken down. Just stick to the weather. It's so fucking rude and dismissive. And, Canadians like to believe they're the most polite people, and it's not true. Half of you are rude son of a bitches. Okay, let's talk about the weather anyways. And some of you rude son of a bitches may benefit from this. Strong winds may cause damage. They're expected today. They may be occurring already in the west side of the region this morning into the evening. Prince George, Caribou, Chilcotin near Tatlioko, Stewart, Nechako, 100 Mile, Lakes District. A vigorous funnel system is set to move down across BC today and will bring strong wind gusts to the region. Gusty winds are expected for much of the day, with peak wind gusts up to 90 kilometers an hour expected in the afternoon. Winds will weaken in the evening as the funnel system departs the area in the evening. We may have power outages in the Caribou and places like that today. And this is just the start of what's going to be several days, several rounds of weather coming in right now. Okay, we also have a wind warning that extends down into southerly parts of the province, down in, Pemberton, Squamish, places like that. This morning, exposed coastal areas, Sunshine Coast as well. East Vancouver Island is on this list, north of Fanny Bay. A strong funnel system will move across South Coast region today. Winds will increase 70, gusting to 90 in exposed areas near the Straits of Georgia this morning and persist through the evening. They will ease overnight. And the North Shore Mountains, we got something here. Rainfall warning, and that's also for some of those same areas along east side of Vancouver Island, near Bowser, Courtenay, Howe Sound as well. Late this afternoon through Friday morning, 40 to 70 millimeters of rain for you. A strong funnel system will move across the South Coast region from this afternoon through tonight. Moderate to heavy rains expected over Howe Sound and East Vancouver Island tonight. In the wake of the front, the rain will taper to a few showers early Friday morning. The highest rainfall amounts are expected around Squamish, in Port Mellon and Howe Sound, and near Bowser and North Courtenay on Vancouver Island. Also, we want to look at the stream flow conditions from the BC River Forecast Center. I mean, this is kind of a repeat video of what I made last night, I know. But we have these new warnings to add, so that's why we're doing that. For Gold River and Zabalas, 80 millimeters of rain, up to 140 possible now through tonight. Strong funnel system moving across the South Coast region today. Moderate to heavy rain expected over the west and inland sections of Vancouver Island and will continue through tonight. In the wake of the front, the rain will taper to showers overnight or early Friday morning. The highest rainfall amounts are expected over northwestern portions of the region, like Gold River and Zabalas. Wind warning still continues for up to 110 kilometer an hour gusts on the north and central coast. That continues today. West Coast of North Vancouver Island, Central Coast, coastal sections until the early afternoon. We expect to see that end. Could be gusting to 110. Rainfall warning inland, possibly up to 80 millimeters near Kitimat. Perhaps 50 in other areas. That includes Terrace, Kitimat, Bella Coola, and surrounding communities, all the way down to Bella Coola. So anybody who's basically on the other flank of Tweedsmuir. A vigorous funnel system moving across BC. Inland sections of the north coast, heavy rain will ease late this afternoon with the passage of the system. For inland sections of the central coast, rain will become heavy this afternoon and ease in the evening. And then finally, our rainfall warning up along the north coast now to this evening could be 100 millimeters of rain there. And this is just, again, we have more of this coming in the coming days. A vigorous funnel system moving southeastward across BC brings heavy rain to coastal regions. For the north coast, heavy rain will ease late in the afternoon with the passage of the system. For the central coast, rain will become heavy this morning and ease late this evening. The highest accumulations are expected in communities between Portland Inlet and Millbank Sound. I know we went through all this last night here on the channel, but a lot of people didn't watch it, and we're going over warnings right now, so we have to talk about the flood watch. That's for all the areas in orange, and then everywhere in yellow is a high stream flow advisory. Let's find out the details. Big difference between flood watch and high stream flow advisory, but we'll explain right now. So the Forecast Center has issued a flood watch for Skeena River tributaries around Terrace and Kitsum-Column. North Coast, including rivers and tributaries around New Ayanch, Nass River, Prince Rupert, Kitimat, and surrounding areas. Central Coast around Kingcome River and Wannock River, North Vancouver Island. We have a high stream flow advisory for the South Coast, including Sunshine Coast, Howe Sound, Sea to Sky, and surrounding areas. Lillooet River near Pemberton and tributaries. Lower Mainland, including the North Shore Mountains, Metro Vancouver, and tributaries around Fraser Valley, Vancouver Island, east, west, south. A storm system is expected to impact coastal British Columbia over the next few days. Rainfall is expected to begin later Wednesday and into Thursday, starting on the north coast and central coast. On Thursday, the system is expected to slide south with rain into the south coast and Vancouver Island extending into Friday. Rainfall amounts forecasting through Friday are in the 90 to 150 millimeter range for the north coast, 60 to 120 millimeter range in the central coast, 60 to 150 millimeter range in the west and north Vancouver Island, 20 to 50 mils on east and south Vancouver Island, 50 to 130 mils on the south coast and lower mainland, and 40 to 60 millimeters around Pemberton. Of course, that's all around like where do the heaviest bands of rain pass through, but also elevation dependent. The higher elevations tend to take the rain a little harder. Temperatures are not anticipated to rise significantly for extended periods during the event, so we don't have snow melting. We don't have a lot of snow up in the mountains to begin with, so we're not having that same concern that we had in the past. The atmospheric river is not stalling, it's moving right on by. So A, it's not stalling on one location. B, we don't have a ton of snow on the mountains already for the melt off to make big flood stories. So that's why not all atmospheric rivers are equal, right? River conditions will rise rapidly on Thursday and into Friday in response to the heavy rainfall. With the focus of heavier rainfall on the north coast, rivers will potentially reach or exceed 5-year return period flows. In other regions, flows exceeding 2-year flows are forecasted. Heavy rain and high stream flow bring increased risk for unstable banks. The bank of the river could break off that you're standing on. River erosion, submerged roads, water covering highways or whatever, swift water hazards, flooding and landslides. Stay clear of the banks of swift running rivers. Never drive across flooded roads, bridges, or river crossings. At this time of year, leaves can clog storm drains and urban drainage can be impacted. Keep storm drains clear. So basically, our atmospheric river is going to slide on down through British Columbia, make its way to the United States, and then we'll have this it's kind of a secondary low. It's sort of the same low. Rather than describe it, I'll just explain. It's going to come back into the BC on the weekend. It's going to bring us snow and moisture and precip and things like that and heavy winds. So we'll be watching for that, watching the stream flow advisories, watching for flooding potential, watching for heavier winds, watching for all the various stories that could be part of this. Okay, let's get on to one last look. We'll have a run through now on snow and whatnot through the weekend. Looking at gusty wind already, we got, looks like a boat, 90 kilometer an hour gust on a boat. Yeah, it's a boat out there. And we got 89 steadies from a ship as well. Ouch. Yeah, they're taking it pretty hard out there, pretty windy today, and we're already seeing some winds picking up in the interior, gusting to 56 already at Williams Lake Airport. It's calm here in Wells right now, so I'm surprised to see that. 35 at Quesnel Airport, 54 Prince George. Like I say, it's calm here right now. There's a dead still wind. In fact, 1.5. We got 1.5 kilometer an hour wind right now in Wells. So that just tells you something is up. It's definitely changing at the airport there on Heidelberg, 91 kilometer an hour gusts right now, just to show you some of that strong wind that's coming for these areas down here, and some of that's going to make its way into the Caribou. Okay, now let's look at where our atmospheric river is. It's like basically reaching almost to Hawaii right now. Large ribbon, and it's pushing straight up at this hour into these parts of northern BC, up towards Terrace, for example, Kitimat, and we're watching that come on down the coast. We're watching that with renewed interest. Let's actually skip to 2D model because we have the names of places and temperatures when we do that. So here's our atmospheric river. It's pushing on down south today. We're going to watch that go south today and bring the heavy winds. Now you can see they're probably already going to be hitting Vancouver Island before noon. You're going to see like the winds picking up there. Going to see winds picking up in the Caribou around that time. You can really see by the arrows here. They're trying to denote wind. You can see the wind picking up. Even southern BC might be a little gusty, but Caribou, Prince George, we seem to be kind of in a high spot. Fort St. John, just look out because you got a bit of rainfall coming overnight in your area. Not snow yet in the Pine Pass, coming as rain to the Pine Pass to start. That will transition over the weekend. We'll see a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow in the Pine Pass for sure. That first round, though, for you, unfortunately, my friends there at Powder King is not coming as snow. Look at that heavy rainfall now Friday afternoon. Look at that heavy rainfall now Friday morning, making its way down towards Vancouver, lower tip of Vancouver Island. We see that largely that has worked its way out of the province by that time, except for like the lower mainland, and now it's really targeting. I guess it is like a low of its own. Like it's weird. There's like successive lows happening, and it's almost hard for me to keep up with which one is which. So this pushes through this front, and then we have a secondary front that's actually not connected. It's actually its own different storm. So I'm a little bit surprised by that. Nonetheless, that's the guy that visits us on Saturday. As you can see, already Friday night, conditions for driving in the BC mountains, not good. Especially if you're in that eastern section, snow will be pretty heavy there as that first low goes through. It's trying to make a new low now on the Alberta side, making a big low that's centered around Fort McMurray Saturday morning. The next low comes into Vancouver Island coast. By that time, Saturday, 8 a.m. is now fully getting smacked around. That low kind of weakening off as it does, moving north. The other one, this one, not so. This one, 990 as it comes in. Still fairly robust, bringing heavy precipitation by Saturday afternoon to the coast mountains. Will already have been going on there for some time, and now we're watching that by 5 in the afternoon start to bring rain to southern BC. And then as we get into Saturday evening, we see that snowfall pick up more and more, except for like maybe the West Caribou or parts of the Chilcotin, and you might get a little bit spared for the time being, but even you will get your turn eventually Sunday morning when that gap finally starts to close up. So everyone's going to take a little bit of snow and a little bit of rain. Everyone's going to take a little bit of this weekend, and it's such a big story that I've really been talking about it for days. We've not had much of a chance to look past this. I get that, and we'll do our best to keep you apprised of where we're going after this. I think in a day or two, I might start talking more seriously about what comes next. But as you can see, what comes next, another low up there, you get the impression that we're not really seeing a pattern change. Still Sunday afternoon, Rockies snowing up in the Peace, snowing in the North Rockies. A little bit of rain, that low sort of stalled there again, south of Fort McMurray. 996, not incredibly deep. It really seemed to lose a lot of its energy crossing over British Columbia. But we do have more storms on the go for next week, so we'll try to give you just a quick run through here on where we're going. Bam, there it is. Tuesday evening, another one hitting into South Coast. That's going to become a big snow story for Wednesday in province, and that's going to make a new low in the Prairie side. Then we have, holy shit, what is this? 952. That's nuts. That's a nutty low. Holy cow. So we're gonna be into a period of for Halloween time. precip and nastiness and garbage. I think like more and more here in Wells, our chance of existing much longer without snow seems to be pretty predictable that we'll have our snow stacking up here pretty soon. Sorry I talked too long. That's all I got to say today. Hit like, share, subscribe, become a channel member, leave a tip if you really appreciate the dozens and dozens and dozens of hours of hard work I put every week into dreaming that my channel could someday grow big enough that I could be sustained by it and that I could just be a weird ass weatherman. Do it my own way. Not go work in some office where I'm not allowed to like be me or be obnoxious. Just do it right here on Caribbean Weather Dude YouTube channel. Okay, bye everyone.